Some tropical paradises are not what they seem, and no one knows this better than Jason Brody, a young man who was kidnapped together with his friends on the Rook Islands. Stepping in his shoes, you will have to learn to survive the dangers presented by both wildlife and the friendly pirates that you are introduced to in the beginning of the game. But is this trip a nightmare just for the main character, or is it just as bad for you? As Jason Brody, the sole escapee from your group, you are tasked with saving your friends and remaining brother after your older sibling is shot and killed. Along the way you meet the Rakyat, a friendly tribe that decides to aid you on your journey. But the problems aren't limited to how you're supposed to save your friends, but also to how the story unfolds. Your friends are complete douchebags without any redeeming features, to the point where you'll ask yourself if the focus testers were the cast of Jersey Shore. And your contacts within the Rakyat are downright alien in the way they act and talk. You'll end up feeling more empathy for the enemies than the protagonists, despite being against them. The story does improve somewhat halfway through as the remaining antagonists and allies turn the status quo around to what it was supposed to be in the beginning, i.e. likable allies and hateable hostiles, but it's a little late for the story by then. And to top it off, the main character himself is an unlikable douchebag. Ultimately, the story is unfocused and messy at best, and outright offensive at worst. Gameplay-wise, Far Cry 3 is an open-world shooter, though many elements from Ubisoft's other games are present. Weapons can be upgraded, earning enough experience unlocks new abilities, and watchtowers reveal the map and provide discounts or even freebies at shops. Secrets are plentiful and earn you money, experience, or both. The enemies themselves mostly act like real humans. They can take cover and flank you and try to sound the alarm to get reinforcements if they spot you. But since you'll usually have a few weapons with plenty of ammo at all times, even screwing up stealth won't punish you. But the game's approach to health is one of the best in gaming. Your health is tiered, and as long as a segment isn't completely emptied, you will regain that lost health. But if it is, you'll have to use medkits or syringes in this case to recover it. And if things become critical, impromptu procedures will be necessary. Still, you have plenty of room to maneuver both figuratively and literally, as the map is one big playground. The upgrades are satisfying, and you really do feel as though you're becoming stronger, as things like takedowns, more health, and others become available to you. Going in guns blazing and sneaking around are both valid approaches for the most part. One aspect that irked many people in Far Cry 2 were the checkpoints that were always in your way, and that even after cleared out, they would be populated by enemies when passed by again. This issue has been solved, and then some. When you clear one out, not only do you claim it for yourself and the Rakyat, but they can also be used to fast travel around the map. And if you overtake a checkpoint without raising the alarm, you gain bonus experience, which makes taking out your enemies silently or with some help all the more satisfying. Unfortunately, not everything is satisfying. Crafting new items feels downright contrived, as once you have enough raw materials, be it skins or herbs to craft a new item, you are then required to gather completely different materials for the next item upgrade, usually found on the opposite side of the map. Why some materials like animal skins aren't universal is anyone's guess. Some abilities are also outright useless, like the ability to use a gun while on a zipline, and some secondary missions are pure filler, but given the upgrade system's versatility and the quality of most missions, these are nitpicks rather than genuine issues. Far Cry 3 has been hailed a tech demo, and for good reason. This game will melt your computer at its highest settings. The environments are both sprawling and detailed, and the models are truly impressive, but this level of fidelity comes at a price. Finding the right balance between visual quality and a playable frame rate is a headache, especially since larger areas never seem to run consistently. Expect having to tinker with the game throughout, as some intense scenes might just catch you off guard and surprise you with their jitteriness. Audio is even less consistent. Sound effects are never missing or inappropriate and are easily the best part. The music, however, is either too subtle or outright generic, with the worst offender being a licensed song halfway through the game that feels less like a special emphasis and more like needless pandering. The voice acting is fantastic throughout, but the dialogue itself ranges from excellent to cringeworthy. Far Cry 3 is a technical and mechanical masterpiece, but the story falls way short of these aspects, and the result is merely great rather than extraordinary. Were the plot at least a bit more focused, this would be a classic, but even as is, the fantastic action and stunning presentation make it worth checking out.